What a wild, wacky woman talking about wacky, wild wisdom was uncannily wonderful and absolutely blew my mind. She called me ahead of time and said, is it okay if I take this club on a little bit of an excursion? I'd like to show them what millennials and Gen Z people would like. They like to have fun. In fact, they rarely listen to a speech without Googling it ahead of time. I barely got my introduction started, and I Googled your story, and I found all the key points you should be making. She filled me today with so many pearls of wisdom that I'm going to take with me that I had to take notes just to keep up with it. For example, did you know ChatGPT speech composition takes only 8 seconds? In 8 seconds, I can get a speech? I was unaware of that. I'm going to start doing that for all my future speeches that I write. And the other thing she did not mention at all was the Udely AI speech analysis tool sponsored by Toastmasters.org. And we have had a great time with Udely analyzing our speeches. So that's another part of the AI story. The other suggestion I would make, I had a couple of ideas for you to consider for making this speech next time. One, you were pretty stationary and talked to us the whole time. You spoke to us frequently about talking with, but I felt like you were talking at when you were telling me to talk with, if you get my drift. So that was something to consider. If we're going to talk about talking with, you need to be drawing me in. You need to be getting me curious and draw in the audience. Maybe call out George by name or Pat, say hello, get something going to talk with, so that you can actually not only tell us to talk with, but you will show us to talk with. You had a problem at the opening. It was partly due to the fact that the transcription recording began after you had started, and it somehow or other triggered the mute button. So you lost 2 whole minutes of stumbling at the beginning of your speech. I would recommend you take care of all the preliminaries. The introduction was well written and delivered by the Toastmaster. The starting of the speech was good, but the recording interrupted. So the technical difficulty was a 2-minute distraction. So suggestion is to take care of that. I really appreciated all the knowledge you imparted today about Googling and about ChatGPT. I liked your closing remark. Your closing today, you talked about challenging the mind, touching the heart, and tickling the brain. And those are things that I thought were really clever. And particularly your message that we want to attract more millennials and Gen Zs into this club. And the way to do it is get off your rules of 3 and go have some wild, wacky fun. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. I was so wrapped up in what you were saying, I forgot I was General Evaluator.